Okay, so I think I think so far we've covered a lot of different things, so many different ideas. I talked about all the arcs, the motifs, the pantheon, the concepts of divine feminine and masculine. Yeah, divine feminine, divine masculine. Okay, so I think I think now is a good time to sort of zoom out and go back a little bit and sort of try to imagine the entire picture, all the arcs, all the where we describe all the qualities and emotions, all these motives where we describe so many different things, so many different um, uh, things which describe certain emotions. They speak of certain ideas and concepts, and we describe the pantheon where we talked about all these gods and goddesses. So kind of what we can we sort of take a step back and look at sort of the big picture that is starting to emerge. It's not complete, it's not complete, but I think we have gotten to a point where we can sort of think of them in just a way. Think of all the ways they can now start interacting. Think of think of the way you can sort of pick them. You can choose. You can randomly pick them in all kinds of different combinations, in all kinds of arrays. You can place them. You can start imagining interactions between them. You can you can use this intuition, and you can sort of use it as an exercise of imagination. You can think of a certain situation and certain characters, and you can take elements from this, and you can sort of use that as intuition for these situations. I think there's so many possibilities in which you can think of it. You can take some time and sort of let your imagination run and think of in what ways to imagine. I think it can be a fun thing to do, to think of it in that way. And with all the things I described, another thing that I wanted to sort of wanted to get into is certain more sexual aspects of it. Now, I don't know how descriptive I wanted it to be, so I sort of I don't know if I really want to describe them, but I think to have I think I want to talk about them in the sense that you want to have think of the sexual sort of concepts as well. Think when we talked about the feminine and masculine, you can think of the feminine form, you can think of the masculine form, and you can think of it in that way as well. Think of all the I don't know how descriptive I want to get here, but let's leave some imagination here. So I just wanted to point out that there is a sexual aspect to this. There are so many, and like I said, when I talked about the concept of romance and lust, I talked about how there is a higher sort of quality to this. So I just wanted to point that out and quickly to uh, to add to involve all these concepts sort of together, because I think we are kind of getting into a more overall sort of way of looking at this. Okay, so what other things that I want to say? Um, hmm, I think I think I've sort of covered all of these things. So yeah, I think I'm going to say okay. What motifs, what arcs, what emotions, what gods and goddesses, what concepts, divine, feminine, and masculine, which of these things did you find to be interesting in any sort of way? Which one of these spoke to you? Which one of these things were, when you heard of them, you thought, okay, there's an interesting concept here. In what ways I can perceive this? How can I imagine this concept in its interactions? Which one of them I saw that there was an interesting dynamic that was starting to emerge here? And there are so many probabilities here. There are so many ways in which you can imagine them. And like I talked about, you can imagine them in, think of the formations. You can use any any numbers here. Like I talked about using 3, 6, 9, and 12. You can use 5, you can use 7, use 8, anything else. When you take them, maybe you can put them in this array. Think of the ways in which they are sort of think of the dynamics that they could be forming, in what ways, in what formations are they interacting with each other. I think it's an interesting way to sort of make these things sort of come to life, to make the possibilities kind of run, to let the probabilities run and see what kind of iterations you get. So it's an interesting way to think about it. Also, to look at certain environments and use them as intuition and see what speaks to you. And like I said, when it comes to decisions, to make always make rational decisions, always use very good abilities of reasoning, always make very accurate and rational decisions. So I thought this is a way to sort of let the imagination run and to create some you be sort of creative with it and have fun with it. Okay, so I think this is where I'm going to bring this to a conclusion. Okay, so I hope you found this interesting. I don't know how much of this is going to speak to you, but I thought there were some interesting ideas here. I wanted to express them, and and talk about them and see kind of where this was going in some way. Okay, so I think if you have any thoughts on this, if about any aspect of this which you might be sort of interested in, which kind of had certain appeal to you, maybe there are certain ways that you imagined it and you thought it was fun. Maybe there are certain maybe in any ways that you found it interesting, you can tell me about it. What was it that you thought was something that sort of caught your attention and made your imagination go? So let me know what you thought of it, and any other thoughts that you had on it. Okay, so I think have I missed anything? I think I covered as much as this has sort of expanded up until this point. Okay, so that's sort of it. And in the future, I might make, like I talked about, I might add certain new things to this, and develop it further. But I think for now, this is it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being here with me, and hope this was interesting to you. And I think that's where I'm going to end this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.